Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pyre. Without further ado, let us commence the right... No! Okay, I should admit, I am recording this in post. Again, this is the final episode where this happens. For some reason, Audition did not save half my audio. It was strange. By now, having to make preparations for the rites has become second nature to your companions. They go about the process efficiently, and this time in almost total silence. Not to mention there's only 5 of them. You cannot shake the sense that the routine shall not go on much longer. Bertrude approaches and confirms to you that the Nightwing sigil is set. Everyone has their books and raiments, and the grounds are ready. Everything should be in order. The remaining stars shine brightly still, not for much longer, it would seem. We have watched the splendor of the stars each night unfailing since we were a tad. We shall savor the remaining opportunities. So they start off as tadpoles, I guess, or something like that. You and Bertrude stand together in silence for a time, looking for the stars above to show some indication that the rite is to commence. It is taking too long. Concern begins to well up in you both. But then... Oh, thank God. Still right, but not many left. Accuses music. Of course, against nomads, I might want to turn off their presence. Extra presence, because it's kind of, when a nomad has a lot of presence, they suddenly become like a demon in terms of aura. Oh, see, I also turned off the tattered mantle, so... Oh, no, I turned it back on. Against nomads, they respawn quickly. Having extra stamina is kind of scary. Them never being banished into after plunging into a fire seems the most reasonable, because I don't want them to have more hope. I need 8 stars. Well, oh God. Da 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 da. I love this music, by the way. I'm just listening to this in post.
Time singer.
Okay, extra stamina. Fair enough, because oh no. Typically, nomads do have that stamina regenerating ability, so this might be a little bit risky. And also, spoiler alert, they're not all nomads. Actually, there are going to be some demons on the field, so thank God I turned off presence, right?
Reader, it seems the stars once more have mustered wherewithal to usher in the rites. The sky grows dimmer by the day. An age is ending. Surely you must know by now that you shall never all be free. Yet
No.
still you struggle to fulfill some senseless plan. But I digress, of course. Some of us still honor the tradition. Some of us hold dear the teachings of the scribes.
The pyres on each side are burning bright from across the field. You observe the leader of the accusers approach and remove his mask. Nightwings, you have been a thorn in my side since the first. He says with closed eyes. I may never yet regain my freedom, but perhaps I can still ensure you never regain yours. Dude, wow, bitter. Someone's a little salty or tilted. I hate those words. They frustrate me to no end. Hey, traitors! How? Okay, Ash and Coal, we saw that. Living Flame, while the bearers has more flame than the adversaries, the bearer deals bonus damage. That's scary on a demon. See, 2 demons. They're very, very different. Oh, and fully enlightened! They instantly recover all stamina, plus 4 presence. They take 30% longer than usual to return after banishment, and this breath can rush again right away. That's a very scary loadout. But for some reason, Lendl isn't level 5? A surprise to me, since I'm pretty sure the last time we versed Lendl, he was level 5. No? Maybe the game just kind of fudged something up in the back. Of course, choosing Rookie, because there's no headman. And like I just described earlier in the last episode, Volfred and Bertrude to have a good defensive line. I do have field advantage because of those gigantic holes, with Rookie acting as our... The Nightwings have stood... Oh, yeah. Against the accusers many times before, though this time it may be the last. Everyone, let us conduct the rites with glory. Rookie being able to jump a lot and being exceptionally... prepare yourselves, accusers. Whatever should transpire, let us bloody now the noses of these cursed Nightwings. Oh, fight. Metal. Rookie being so movable, I forget the word for it, but he's so, like, he moves so swiftly. It should be really easy to do this. And speak of the devil, voila. Yeah, of course we do. Now, time to commentate. Of course, laying down the sap immediately to give me a good defensive a good defensive presence to begin with, since Rookie doesn't respawn immediately. Rookie takes a little bit of time to respawn, so in that time I can of course place down a little bit of Lendl. I of course messed up the jump. If I was doing this ideally, I would have landed close to Lendl to get some of my stamina back and immediately sprint towards the end and get an easy score, but alas, Rookie kamikazes straight into the pyre, doing 17 damage, not that great. Okay, place down a sap, choose Rookie again. Sometimes the choosing is finicky. Now this is getting risky because he can just... Oh, I ran out of stamina. A mere attempt indeed. Now Bertrude, with her really slow aura, there's an ability which lets you... Oh, that's risky. I'm sure he could have jumped if he wanted to. Bertrude can do this. Bertrude can... Wow, what is the distance on the throws that I can make? Of course, Bertrude's going to take extra long to come back, over 12 seconds, which is a very dangerous maneuver, and he almost jumped in. But with only one person on field, it should be straightforward to just walk in with Rookie. Doing 17 damage is not that much. Hopefully I can get a couple of Bertrude plays in. That would be much... That would be great, but of course I need to get rid of the demons first. Of course, demons' aura bursts tend to linger a little while, so that's something worth... He could have jumped in. I swear to God, the AI has much better air control of the opponents when they jump. I swear you can't do that as a human player, which is very frustrating. The AI does have a lot of advantages against the player, especially using inputs. They can do inputs which should be impossible because there's definitely meant to be a delay in many instances. Of course, this might be the opportune Bertrude play. Can she do it? She's out of stamina. Can she sprint? She shoots, and she doesn't. That was very close. I need to work on my announcement. I was hoping I could, like, He jumped off the edge. Go, Rookie for... Oh. Lendl almost got in. I took a very big risk by teleporting there. I may have missed out on Lendl. Go, Bertrude. The Bertrude player should be... No? The Bertrude player should be opportune right now. Okay, gather some stamina and then jump right in. That's much problem. Of course, demons. Sure, they might have a huge presence, but they're not very good anti-air because they move slowly, they jump exceptionally far, and it takes a very long time. Of course, I had all that time been trying to get... the reward there was for dazzling Pyre without banishing. Of course, demons with their dash are frighteningly quick. It was worth a shot, right? And Lendl! Unbelievable he can make that jump. But knowing this full well, and of course he doesn't get banished because I have that Titan Star active. Very quick turnover. It's required given how slow Rookie's turnover is. If only I was sprinting when I did my initial jump. Of course, your jump speed is determined by your initial ground speed. Let's see if Bertrude can do this play. It should be manageable. Is that in? And it's in. She shoots and she's... Ole, 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 ole. I've been meaning to make that joke for a long time. Himi accuses we stop them here and now. Are they going to do anything special now?
Certainly enjoys a rousing speech, though talk means nothing in the rights.
I love the lore behind the rights and what they said. Lendl jumped from the other side of the flippin' rocks. That is glorious. I could be at risk here. I guess not, actually. We are both... Lendl more so than me, we are both at risk. Can we do this? Oh, the demon jumps! This is very dangerous. We could both lose. Not that it matters, of course. We're going to be versing the Chastity in the final ride. But he jumps in. He orbits around the pyre like a knob. Can he get him with the aura burst? No. Bertrude, what are you doing? Oh, she goes for the orb. She throws it. It's a finished pyre. Finished right. It is done. That was very close. I didn't remember that being that close. Prevail?
A narrow victory, yet nonetheless commendable.
Well, I mean,
The ceremony
thank you.
is complete.
Well, we showed him, didn't we, though? It's sounding like they might not get a chance to get us back. Ye accusers, you conducted here with such fury and such desperation that we must commend you for it, despite the outcome which hath favoured us. Well done, Nightwings. As for the accusers, though they fought us fiercely many times, I doubt that it shall be enough. May they find mercy in this land. It's like talking about that. Nightwings, this is finished between us. I have a simple hope which yet remains, and it is this. I hope that we shall never meet again. He is so despondent. My heart goes out to you, the accusers. My heart goes out to,
Something of trust.
genuinely, my heart goes out to all the adversaries, all the people conducting the rites. I'm very sorry. Except Udmild and Sinalana. Udmild and Chastity. Long did I bide my time in anticipation that one day the Nightwings would reform under a common cause to be part of it myself. It nourishes the spirit. Except Manly. Manly doesn't deserve to go free, which is, look, he's easy. We beat him not too long ago, like 2 rights ago. What should I use? Extra hope? Casting stat? I don't know. Casting a sprite makes them come in quicker, I guess. That seems fair. I'm gonna have to look through that. Because I was busy saying, we beat the Chastity easily enough last time. We should do it again this time. Funny, my first playthrough, the Chastity were the guys I versed the most, because they kept getting almost liberated. It was frustrating. Inside the wagon, after overcoming the accusers, Bertrude is discussing the aspects of the outcome with the others when the lone minstrel seeks you out. What am I suggesting, like, there's no Gilman here? Yeah, because Gilman doesn't matter. I'm sure Gilman has trust me, in my first playthrough, I let Gilman out. But whatever happened to him, I guess doesn't matter. What am I saying? Yes, wonderful. Pardon the interruption, reader, though I need to ask you for a moment of your time. While the night is clear enough for you to see, please come have a look outside. Perhaps the news of your next destination may further store the hearts of your companions. Among what stars yet remain shining in the night, one of them now burns as bright as ever. The path to freedom calls you again. It's the liberation rite. Pretty sure the one last liberation rite. By now, the most of the triumvirates whom we have faced no longer have any real chance of earning sufficient favor to regain the freedom. Perhaps we were always due to share the same fate. So, reading in the book about how the scribes, either through divine or through other means, the Nightwings will always be favored. Is that a reason why the Nightwings tend to also do better than the others? Because there is some genuine divine the cycle turns even more quickly now until such time as it shall shudder to a halt. It makes it sound then almost like a laugh. I forget myself, reader. I should not say such things. The scribes, they would say that one ought focus on the path in front of her. When we set forth to walk along a labored path, it can all be too much. If we stand back and look upon it as a whole, we may well decide to turn around. But if we begin to walk whilst casting down our gaze and whilst resisting well the urge to look too far ahead, we may make steady, careful progress. Soon enough, we may arrive where we endeavored. The lone minstrel bids you good evening. You had best retire for the night, for when first daylight comes, it shall be time to take to the skies. Also interesting how the rites, they always take place at night. They have to. I can sense that you're out there somewhere. What is it that you want? You don't want to speak to me. That's fine. I think we've exhausted all her options anyways. Her dialogue options. Which is interesting. Did you know? Completely optional. You can ignore her the entire time. Oh no. Oh, I remember this. Your wagon reels from the impact of some sort of massive object slamming into it mid-flight. False Nightwings. Or that calls down to all of you from atop his wagon. Again, you seek to climb the cursed mountain beneath us. Again, you seek to take my rightful place. I should send you crashing down to it, that you might fall as I have. He stares down at all of you. But I shall not. Rather, we shall meet upon the summit ere the last cycle of the rites is ended. Until then, I can't chase him. I'm trying to chase him, but I can't. So perhaps Aurelek is merciful himself. Maybe he has some kind of redemption within him to be found. So is the Chastity safe? Once more, we sail by the fall of Celian. The temple of the 8 scribes await us at the summit. None have seen the temple save for those worthy to conduct the rites there, and myself and my counterpart Celeste. You may then wonder whence it came. Good question. The cycle of the rites has turned since the beginning of this age over its course. Whilst waiting the cycle's turn, some exiles thus pay tribute. I think the scribes may not have wanted such extravagance or carved effigies to them along the way, yet it is for the triumvirates to decide how best to honor the rites. They choose to honor them, as you see here. How you remember this, of course, whether you even wish to do so, that is yours to decide. The scribes would not want otherwise. And I believe I discussed that a while back. But yeah, I remember questioning that myself. Where did all these temples and tributes come from? Now, Ruki is probably the one we'll be setting free this next rite. We'll be conducting the next rite. You make a landing on the sacred Mount Elodiel after your encounter with Oralek. Oralek spoke the truth. He has right to gain the summit. When the time comes, Celeste shall deem him worthy and shall let him pass. Oh dear. While he has transgressed against the rites, he has also already been anointed and prevailed. Nothing is written in the books on this, and liberty ought already be his. For the time, it seems that he has not yet traveled to the summit. Perhaps he is still making preparations with his fellow exiles. When exactly Oralek intends to make good on his promise, he did not make clear. For now, you are to confront Manly and the Chastity upon the summit, but first, you may prepare. I believe now is, of course, later that afternoon, you accompany Ruki through the splendors of the temple system to the monument of Under King Ori. You scribes, so I get you're real serious about this ending of the cycle of the rights thing, right? Just thought I'd put in a good word for one Ruki Greentail, been a real good exile, done his time, so maybe he can catch a break? Bargaining. You return to the wagon after he's finished paying respect. The summon awaits, but first there is time to continue practicing your vacation. Bargaining isn't quite a good look, Ruki. Though interestingly enough, the reason why Ruki might not... Ooh, 3 glory! Perfect, so he'll be doing 20 damage. That is beautiful, actually. One of the problems with Ruki, because I don't think I versed Barker Ashpaws, I didn't get much of his backstory complete, but luckily for us, you find Ruki having just put back his Greentail family portrait, there is something of a wistful look in his eyes. Luckily for us, we get told his backstory now. Then something comes over him and he moves in close, lowering his voice. Look, sister, I've got to level with you about something here real quick. The truth is, I've been fairly upfront with you about my family situation. He hesitates a while, then... We ain't exactly quite as rich as I've been letting on. I mean, we do just fine. We've got lots of money stored away. It's just mostly locked up in savings bonds, and... He seems to catch himself in the middle of another tall tale and relents before you can respond one way or the other. The situation is my mum back on the other side. She needs a little bit of help financially and otherwise. All she's got now are my knuckle-headed uncles to keep her steady. I always thought I'd always told her I'd make something of myself now. I was just a clerk in her shop. Things started getting tough for us. Got in with some unseemly sorts, I guess. But the pay was real good. We took to shipping certain types of stuff down here, of all places. Flushing it straight down the river, watertight. The pay was right. Mum was so proud of me. We were eating real good all the time. But you can probably guess what happened. I barely scraped by after they flushed me down here. Would have been food for the bunch of howlers had Jody not bailed me out of a tough spot one fine evening. As for my mum, she doesn't know half of it. My uncles told her I'm away on business. Not entirely untrue, I guess. But if she knew, it'd break her poor heart. Reminds you of Bastion, anyone? So don't know how else to put this, sister, but I want to get out of here. Get back to what I was doing back home. On the straight and narrow, though. I'd go straight this time for sure. I hit the mic again. Just don't go telling everybody that Ruki Greentail's just a mama's boy, okay? I've got a certain reputation to uphold. I believe I commented that recently. He quickly scampers out the door. His past has been weighing heavily on him, but you sense he was sincere about wishing to lead an honest life. Yay! And of course we get his update. He was a trafficker. Dealing with contraband for long enough can lead to making many strange acquaintances. What remains now of the Fallen Empire's old and tarnished currency is still of value to some. Called Sol, I think. We've seen it before. He was born on the 4th of April, suggesting he's active and outgoing. Astral Sun Arcade, not sure which one that is. Smuggling, he was involved in an illegal operation shipping contraband to the downside. Motive, self-gain. The records state he sought to undermine the social fabric of the Commonwealth, and he's exiled is for. He barely made a living as a trader in the Commonwealth, trying to provide for an aging mother and uncles until he found a more lucrative clientele among those exiled to the downside. To them, he would ship various commodities. But just as things were looking up, he was finally caught and cast down the river there after Jodariel saved him from a pack of howlers. He promised to repay her. Weird how Jody and Ruki are friends, I think. Anyways, vocations always, because vocations... Actually, worthless. I'm not going to be able... Again, I'm not going to be able to level anyone up. A waste of my time, to say the least. Doesn't matter. Yeah, pick Bertrude. Very well then, educate us if that's that can. You and Bertrude review what observations you have made thus far about the various triumvirates you have confronted on your journey. She has keen insights about some of them. Oh, of course she would, because she's, like 1,000 years old, probably. Those who deign confront us, we shall give increasing reasons to beware. Terrifying. I'm not going to continue my journey. Actually, I will continue my journey now. But we're not going to have a liberation rite this episode. That will be for the next episode. This is going to be a longer episode, another 10 minutes, because I do want to... Oh, what's up? What's going on? Oh, the imp! Here in the quiet solitude of Manalodiel, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. Hedwyn, right? The news this time pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the fall of Soliam. You learn Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcomed his past transgressions all forgiven. He was to be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the council or the blood border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused, and before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He since made contact with Volfran's agents and is working together with them, thus the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. Per the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn word for word and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information, and soon your companions are all abuzz about it. Glory, hope, well done, Hedwyn, my boy. I knew you could do it. A glorious example Hedwyn set for all of us. Yeah, that's how it's done, Hedwyn, right behind. May I remembrance of the boy's great spirit spur us on to further victory. The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. 1+1 hope. I might need that. Here we come. To Scribe's Gate once again. How long has it been raining? You return once more to the Scribe's Gate, where the Gate Guardian awaits under a dim sky. The exiles of the Nightwings, you and Tariq, this is to be one of our final meetings, if not the last. Greetings, Celeste. The Nightwings are prepared, and afterwards I would have a word with you in private, if you please. It seems to me rather late for words now, Tariq, but I shall hear them once your charges cross the gate. Now, all of you, come forth. Please state your names and what it is that you seek. Once more, your companions cross the gate, one after the other, and once more you follow them in turn. Celeste regards you all, then waves you through towards the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome, go forth with glory. And Tariq? Aye, Celeste? You may rejoin the others in a while. For now, I would hear those words of yours. Certainly, Celeste, he says with eyes open. Everyone, I shall see you shortly. Of course. This is called the Morning Song. And you can hear it in the settings. Oh, okay. It's cut off awkwardly. Funny. Once more, you've returned to me. Anything to say? No. It's called the Morning Song, as in, I mourn for your loss. That kind of mourning. Oh, hey guys, it's gotten real cold again up here, but it's worth it. Let me tell you guys, got a lot of customers been stopping by. Okay, I may be exaggerating just a little bit since I haven't been waiting here a little while, I guess. But are you buying anything? No, I don't think so. Oh, we'll sell... No, nothing worth selling. Nothing worth upgrading. I've got everything that I need and I could want. The music is beautiful. That's Darren Korb singing with Ashley Barrett. They've been doing this since Supergiant's first games. But singing you around then, huh? And that's the end of the song. I believe... I hate to do this to you. I know a lot of lore episodes these past few times, but approaching the last of the Liberation Rites, I think we have to do it now before it's too late. Of course, just jumping into the settings to show you where you can hear the song in game. The music volume, if you just click it to adjust the setting, it plays. So that's how I know that. On the Commonwealth, we the 8, in the words of Trieste Tithys, the Blessed Born, we the 8 assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange which you have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off recognize its qualities and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings, I once thought they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here where I am bound. It is your charge to be free and not make the same mistake. Sorry, spring from here and learn from what we did and build a new and great society, a free society with wings spread wide for everyone. On Mercy. Mercy is the beating heart of a truly free society. Mercy, even for the perpetrators of the darkest deeds. As our liege, Surliam Mur, drifted in an ocean of regret, and he found their mercy, or rather, it found him, and it saved his life. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. A society which raises a clenched fist against its own shall follow the doomed path of the Empire of Sar. Ours shall be a merciful society. May the perpetrators of the darkest deeds be sent to join us here, where they may learn as we have. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, equals in the same society. See, these are the reasons why I absolutely agree with the Rise and adore what they stand for. On kinship, each one of us within the 8 besides the Imp would have perished here in the downside had we not found each other and together formed our union. Here in the downside we all are bound, but that which binds us here does have some latitude. We chose the bond of kinship. Our exiles took precedence over our differences. The empire, which had subjugated all our kind into a tense alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There may you embrace your ancient cultures whilst jointly forming a great culture all its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our Commonwealth. I absolutely adore this idea of what the Commonwealth is built up on, and how the rights are meant to instill this. You get cast down into exile, but then you return with these ideas, with these tenets of what the Commonwealth is meant to be. And yes, it's been somewhat corrupted on the other side. On the Commonwealth, it has been corrupted, no doubt, but down here, I hate that the rights have to end on worth. The fallen empire of Sar was ruled according to an ancient bloodline thought to be infallible. Our society shall instead be by those who earn the privilege. Very forward thinking. We the aid, we cannot bear the burden of determining your worth. It shall be determined by your peers and by you yourself. We shall provide a framing through the rights to put you to the test against yourselves, against your kin, against your adversaries. The downside cannot let us all go free, thus freedom to the worthy. As the worthy, your true calling then begins as you return to a society which longs to learn the wisdoms you have gained along your path. The worthy shall lead. How can you not like this idea? It's the world of Pyre is amazing for me. On history, this book cannot accompany you if you should earn your freedom. It is to remain here for your successors, for it is bound together inextricably with us. There is no sorcery, however, to prohibit you from spreading forth its teachings. We charge you to go forth and share what you have learned along your path. Reveal not the rights themselves, nor the existence of this book. Transcend its bounded limitations, for it cannot be transcribed. Any such attempts shall fail, Beware of those who would dare to read it on the other side. Under the guise of seeking wisdom may yet lurk a much darker desire to undo that which we strive to do. So that Androboles, the voice, is that what he thinks we're doing? On legacy, reader, though you shall always bear a burden, it is much lighter than the burden of a lonesome exile. Go forth and become free, then join with others such as you and lead with mercy, continuing to demonstrate your worth and knowing that the empire's fall form the foundation of our Commonwealth. You shall cease to be a reader and become a voice both to the free and to your successors here, who shall take up this book when you no longer need it. The cycle of the rights shall see to it that you and others like you shall be liberated ere the coming of another age. May the stars shine ever brightly on us all. So, Androboles was once a reader, was he? Breton, I believe his name was. He became a voice, but a voice for the free as well, so other people can hear his voice over on the Commonwealth. So he has like final say on a lot. Also end of the book, the afterword, which isn't very important. It's just a list of terms which you may wish to know. Here within part of this book is offered summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and naturals and phenomena you shall encounter, to know the history of the downside, and the rise is to prepare yourself to walk the path towards enlightenment, and then to liberty yourself should you be free again. Remember, reveal not the rights themselves nor the existence of this book. It's more or less just a summary. It's not worth it. I flick through it. Pause the video if you want to see any particular terms anyways. For now, I could end the episode. No, I'm not going to end the episode. Instead, I'm just going to talk through this. What was I about to say? Expulsion, a state of internal banishment. Nuts, now I'm reading. It's weird not reading dialogue in this game for once and being able to speak freely. Let us see. So the voice can also be heard by other people who are free. So it was Breton. Breton wasn't a reader. Breton was somebody who exercised or who conducted the rites, right? Because I remember Volfra telling us that the reader cannot go free. The only people who can go free are the people who walk or who conduct the rites themselves. So I mean, you might have heard, or you might remember that, of course, the people who go free do still hold a burden to their triumvirate, and of course they also, that's part of the reason why they wear masks and raiments in the Commonwealth, because it's in reference to what happens down here in earning their freedom and becoming part of the Commonwealth elite. So of course, thinking of that, how does economics fit into all of this? Because money is also power, not just the rights. Something worth thinking about. Oh, of course, and here are the sigils, what they represent, what they're about. Unfortunately, you can't read the right page. You can't open a page for it. You have to read it on the book as it is. Yeah, you don't even have to inspect the book to read it. You can just read it straight up. That's the thing that makes part of this game's lore so impressive. It's not that it's not that the reader has some kind of innate ability to read the runes of this book. It's that the book is written in English. Proof, case in point, look at it right now. It's the way it is written right now is the way it's actually written in game. It's written in English. And so us as players, we can read it. And that's what's so, I love how Supergiant Games merged together this idea of gameplay and lore. Yeah, gameplay and lore. Because like, if this was something like Skyrim, what makes you special as the Dragonborn is you can absorb the souls of the dragons. And that's just done through an in-game mechanic. There's a mechanic to do that. This isn't a mechanic. This is straight up purely, voila, you can read this. Anyways, that brings a close to this episode. We still have 20 seconds. A liberation up against the chastity, or is it? I'm almost certain it's the very last of the liberation rites. So, very tense. Oh, episode's already ended. This is me syncing. This is how I do my syncing. Anyways, I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.